Hello, so even if this is qualified as a let's play, it's still a very good guide because I want to structure it as part of my let's play on Relentless difficulty, a guide for all of the magical beasts you have to tend to, which are very important. So let's just begin straight away by explaining what they are and how they're used. Now, sadly they have kind of spread them out all over the place, so you cannot really get them in the beginning. So let me see over here what we have. The midden jelly, in case it was sleeping. So first of all, let's see how we can research it and what it is used for. As you can see, you get it very early, and it's useful to decompose certain things and create certain resources. Now, this one is actually essential to your gameplay because as you can see, it can create a lot of things like the meat sinew, viscera. Sadly, it's kind of hard to control and it's kind of hard to manually do the tasks because guess what, you'll have a lot of bodies, you'll have a lot of small carcasses, and most of the times they'll be just turned into viscera, but most of the times you'll sometimes need let's say 50 sinew or something crazy like that. So at that point of the game I just recommend you leave everything on a minimum. For example, 20 on everything is okay. Ectoplasma you need 80 because it's used for, guess what, potions, a lot of potions. Now the eyeballs and the brains are the harder part because you need Croa corpses, so you have to process the Croa corpses in order to get the body parts, but if you just leave them in a chest, guess what, they'll spawn a Croa ghost. It's kind of annoying. Now, why did I mention this first of all? Because, well, you need a lot of resources, and I'm not joking. For example, here in crafting, we have the Weaver bird nest, you need 50 sinew. If you just collect it from killing the rats, you need to kill 50 rats, or, yeah, that's not going to really work. The next one you should probably unlock, and this is one of my mistakes, is the Lavalina Sty. It's one of my mistakes because I didn't realize how rare the stone is. So even if you just craft it at the basic level, meaning no other upgrades for it, because it has some upgrades, like that some pig to make iron and sculpstone. As you can see, in its initial state it will create stone and cinnamon, which you don't really need because you don't really make drinks. And the stone is very useful because you just turn wood into stone. Now, as you can see, it says 1 wood and 10 stone. It's kind of a massive thing, it's a massive deal because this is the only way you can get stone in the beginning of the game. Now, because of me playing on Relentless, I didn't actually need that much stone because I could just get what I needed from the battles, but at some point you need to hugely expand your school. This is the moment where you actually need a lot of that, and yeah, there's no other way to get it. Let me just move that quickly before I forget. So there's a catch to all of this. As you can see, you need to fill up all of the space adjacent to your screwed planter. So I guess I got a little bit lucky because this is the ideal situation. You can clearly see the demarcation lines, meaning the fog will only go up to here or here. Oh, the poor bug is scared. Yeah, they have their own animations for being scared of the fog, in case you're wondering. The problem is that you have to put a lot of props near the entrance of your school, and this is where things get very annoying and messy. I placed the Weaver bug on the same side over here. And guess what? The Lavalina Sty and the Weaver bug got destroyed by the fog. Now, on Relentless, it's almost impossible to control the fog fully, so I recommend you to start placing them in very weird places. Meaning, if the Weaver bird was somewhere over here, I think it might get destroyed as well, so be very careful where you put them. Because they get destroyed by the fog, they don't just get deactivated or broken, they just get up straight destroyed. So that's why I kind of gave up and put the Lavalina Sty over here. Now, let's come back to our thingy. As you can see, with wood you can create also iron, but also sculpstone. Now this will be a little harder to make and a little harder to do in the beginning of the game, so I guess it depends on how much you want to go into the research with these animals, but definitely the Lavalina Sty is one of your highest priority buildings in the game because that will allow you to expand even more. Especially in the beginning I was starved for iron, and I think I wasted about 20 days just waiting for iron. That was a big mistake I made. And this should have been day 50. So this school that you see over here, you should have in day 50. Well, at least in my opinion. You can clearly make it work if you try a little harder, but the problem will be maintaining their conviction. So the Ravenous can really create a lot of cool things. It's really needed, but at the same time it's kind of slow, so you might as well just let it do its own thing and craft slowly. I guess we can look at over here. Sui. Does it say produces 10? Yeah, you need 2 wood for 10 iron, and then you need 25 wood for 2 scalpstones, which is actually pretty good. So keep that in mind. Avelnasta is super important. Now let's go to something else. Stone bug. As you can see, this will be a much harder thing to research just because it's all the way over here. But the crown bug is actually a little more useful because it creates scalpstones from stone and honeydew drops. And this is probably your fastest way of doing it. Let me see, this is 30 minutes. I'm not sure how this is. It's still 30 minutes. But you probably want to have 2 of them making the scalpstone. Either way, honey drop is not that hard to get in the beginning of the game. Most of the times you'll be able to harvest it without actually using it. Now, should you just go for the Lavelnastai or for the crown bug? It depends on how much you need of everything. As you can see, this will also create a frost glass, which is very important as well. I guess once I get the other stuff, I'll not really need to make scalpstone with this thing. So let's look a little bit over here. I guess the main issue is that you also get a mage statue, which as you can see creates luxury. But you need a scalpstone and of course the statue carvery to do it. So I think the crown bug is a little bit outdated in my opinion, since you can create the same things with the Lavelnastai. And again, I just kind of forgot about it because the crown bug needs to be hatched while the Lavelnastai doesn't need to be hatched. What is that? That means you need initiates of a certain level. But the problem is that some initiates need level 4 in a skill. How do you get that? Well, you just upgrade their wands. Keep in mind that you can upgrade the wands of initiates over here. Which makes it a lot harder to graduate them because it will increase their max level. So their max level, as you can see, it's 5 after they receive a tier 2 wand, which means it will be much harder to level them up and process them to graduate. This is another thing that I guess it's a good idea, it's nice balance overall, but it's going to be very hard to do some things. It needs to hatch, same as the crown bug. So I'm not sure about the crown bug anymore because it needs to be fed with slop. Needs action. Needs feeding and slop. I don't really understand. I guess I'll just have to upgrade the Lavelnastai to the max because there might be something I'm missing over here. But as you can see, it's not really worth making the crown bug anymore, and I don't see the point then. This is what I noticed when I was playing the game because it makes sense to me. I guess you need it for the pixie dust and some of the other stuff. As you can see, the nutmeg, which will be useful to make libations and some other stuff. They're pretty easy to make, so I guess I kind of see the point of the crown bug, but I guess the crown bug should be one of the last ones you research at that point. You know what, let's just shrink it. It will be okay, we'll use it another time because apparently it's not really that much more interesting. So let's fix our current mistake by just having the Lavelnastai upgraded. That's some pig, but first of all I want to get to the runwood. Actually, you know what, let's just get this one first because as you can see it's so much easier to research it. So by this being in the underscore, it's so much safer. I guess you can copy my layout a little bit. I will also need to replace some of the chests over here. Let me... Well, I guess I can allow all because it has a lot more stacks. At this point of the game, as you can see, you can just purely make a chest over here to fit everything else over here, which will be much more useful. I have a very big chest in the middle of the school. As you can see, I've also kept my ladder, my staircase. And it goes all the way up, and it will actually go one more level. And as you can see, I'm kind of preparing the supports. I guess this is a totally other discussion, but just so you know that this is kind of how the mid-game should be. one over there, and probably one will be over here as well, or over here. Yeah, okay. So that brings us to the Weaver, which is another magical bird, another magical creature. As you can see, you need the run wood to make it, which is super hard to get in the beginning, but after you push the fog a lot and have the sinew, it's not so bad. Now this will make you the Fibrous thingies. Well, I guess they should have shown this a lot sooner. As you can see, this is a mid-tier game item that will actually allow you to make endgame stuff. So you can make a lot of luxury stuff, but it's not really needed because of the way the game currently works. Now with the Fibrous textiles, we need them for the canopy beds and the fancy beds. Oh, and as you can see, they move the beds around. We have the So Fancy, which is different from the research tree that will give you the canopy bed. As you can see, this is needed for a private quarter, and you need 5 Fibrous textiles. So that means you need 3 beds, 5, 15, so with 30 should be okay relatively. So let's look at it a little bit again. And as you can see, these are the banners that will increase your luxury as well, but they need Fibrous texture. So Fibrous texture will be the main thing you need after a while, because you can not really get a lot of luxury with other items. Here you can have the sculptures or the paintings, but you'll just be stuck with the solemn pedestals and the huge ornate rugs you'll get from destroying the crystals that appear after you push the fog. So as you can see, pushing the fog a lot and having all of the magical animals is the only way to really advance in the game. So now let's wait until our little friends level up again. So Ulysses is over here. He already has a tier 2 one and his skill is 3 out of 4. And yeah, it's a bit tricky right now because you probably, I don't know, you might think, well, this is a good plan, I could do it. No, it doesn't really work like that. As you can see, I have basically an army of followers just doing the same nonsense over and over. It's still not really enough. Wow, those planters are actually pulling their weight in a way. I need more brains apparently. That's why I just leave them at 2, it should be okay. I'm curious who will be the teacher today. There. Nah, let's have him do that. Because he doesn't really have any other stuff to do. I guess for Ulysses' sake I should have another teacher, but as means usually they fill up all of their other skills before they go to the last one. Now let's go and see how much he needs to learn today. Oh yeah, he'll definitely get it today. So it doesn't really matter who teaches them, because at some point I had my fire mage do it, but it doesn't need to happen like that. Also related to that, keep in mind you can also have some feasts. Feast of the Vivified is the easiest one to get. Vivified Feaster, we need 3 of them, anyway. I'm not sure if it applies to everyone. Anyway, the idea is that we'll hatch the Weaver bird today, and I'll just try to keep it safe. I'm not sure if you can move it inside the school. I tried to build it inside the school, but it doesn't work. Maybe that's because I have the other stuff over here as well. I guess I should also look at the rooms. And let's see what I can make for alchemy, because I definitely need to make the potions a lot faster. Can I just search with alchemy over here? Alchemistry lab. Auction apparatus. I guess we can look. Well, as you can see, it's going to be a very a very, very long and hard research tree just because of the things being thrown all over the place. So that's some pig, and then pour it on, and yeah. I guess I can make this an alchemist room. Now, where do I put my dorms then? I guess I also need to look at my bedrooms. But the problem with the bedrooms and the private quarters and the bed chambers is that they need elevated, which is kind of annoying to make because you need to have a little platform. Otherwise I can just make it over here, which is prepared, but it needs to be private. Let me guess, the private dining room needs only one point of access, right? Private. Yeah, I think the problem is that way too many rooms need to have the private right now, and I guess you can make them private with a broomstick. I'm not sure if it counts as... Yeah, I'm not sure if this will count as a second point of entry, so if it loses the one point of entry or not. Well, that's another thing I have to think about. I just want to move this thing a little bit because I've been researching so much, it's crazy. That's actually a good one. I haven't found anything that helps him research faster, which was one of the problems. Yeah, I guess the relics are a very good mechanic added to the game, but they're added in such a poor way that I kind of dislike it. So, right now my game is a little bit stuck because I made so many mistakes in the beginning of the game, and they're not really mistakes, but they're just not getting certain things fast enough, and this research tree is all over the place. Okay, he has reached the needed skill. Okay, I'm curious where I'll put all of those bedrooms. I need 2 of them. Even the conservatory is a bit of a problem because it needs to be towered. I think the current balance of the game is not that bad, but just look at all of the nonsense you have to go through. Simply build a school that is able to support just a mid-game, well, not mentioning the end game. Well, I guess you can have some custom difficulty, but I think the problem is not the custom difficulty settings or stuff like that. I think the problem is that developers went a little bit overboard with certain things. I mean, one of them being the private tag of rooms. It's almost impossible to have many private rooms just because you can only have one to the left and one to the right. If you build your school like me with a huge house commons, not really make anything else. I think this is something that the developers should have looked a little more closer, because it's not going to be fun to make it like this. The house commons is very hard because it needs to be interior, skewed and lofted, and it also needs to be huge. And I don't think you can put it anywhere else. Besides, it will just block your access to another part of the school, which I think we can fix over here by having the broom rack. That's not going to be a room you can use if you apply the broom rack. Plus, another huge problem is that all of your bed chambers need to be very close to these things. The staircase. And you cannot have private rooms over here. Let's look at some kitchens. Maybe we can have some kitchens. Oh, okay. I guess we can keep the fire mage happy by just having a fine kitchen. No, I think that's a mistake. I think the attunement benches should be probably close. I think they use mana when they attune, so they should probably be close to that over there. Yeah, I guess the main thing I have to do right now is a kitchen because I neglected it because I thought it's too hard, but no, it's actually pretty easy to do. Rounded and pristine. Okay, let's work on this while that is making. Huh. I guess I don't need the cut over here. I'm keeping the cut over here because otherwise it will turn into something I don't think I wanted. Right there. Let me see what I need for the kitchen at least. Oh no, I forgot it needs chimneys. And that's why I didn't make the kitchen over here. Well, I guess just keeping it as a scullery is enough, yeah. And that's why I don't have a kitchen. I guess the scullery is still a big bonus because otherwise, guess what, my farm mage cannot cook all of the required items in one day just because we don't have enough bonus to cooking rate to do that. 500% to cooking rate might be very good. Now the problem is that this needs to be grounded and pristine. So let me look at the exterior buildings, which is... I forgot I added the side chimneys, which are 100% needed. Okay, so let's have this, the wrong goal of making it a kitchen. What do I need over here? I need 2 chimneys. Luxury, it's easy to do. Dragon we have. Small spice rack. Okay, so we need a small spice rack and the pantry. Yeah, you can only build this in the on the edge. I would have made the kitchen over here, but because of this being built like this with the skewed and stuff, I just have no other choice. So let's move. Huh, well, I guess that has some use to us. Okay, but the problem is the only reason I wanted to keep this room over here is because it's very, very close to the staircase. Well, now I see why I made it like that. Because they would get their food from here, and they would climb up over there. But if I change that, I would need to expand. Let me look at the mage tower. Mage hermitage is probably almost impossible to do because of the private lofted and elevated. I guess I could technically make it over there, but then this counts as a schoolroom. So I think I built it very, very nicely. This is a very well built stuff, but we just need a lot of elevated silent rooms, which are almost impossible to make. This is already towered. That's interesting. It's already skewed and pristine. Wait a minute. Huh. I guess the only problem is that this is not elevated, which is a huge issue. Okay, so I see my other mistake, which was not insisting enough on the mage tower, because I thought I could get away with minimal research, but no, you just need to research basically 75% of the research tree to get the minimal things you need. I guess elevated is not that hard to make, because if I just follow my... Yeah, if I just follow my own logic, as you can see, all of these rooms have a smaller roof. I can also make this elevated. This is not elevated, and I basically had to kind of give up on this part of the school over here, which was the smallest I can make it. By the way, I cannot make a door over here because that's the annoying part. You might be wondering why doesn't he have a door over there, because I cannot really build a wall over here. It was driving me crazy for such a long time because of the way this is designed that I just gave up. I quit trying to do it that way. This is useless to me unless I make a broom rack. That won't be an issue. I just made it very, very close to the door because I wanted to see if it's possible to, you know, to optimize, maximize a couple of things. Okay, let's kind of prepare for that. Maybe that will work as I think it will work. It will be nasty, but I think I need to do it like this so he has access to all the ingredients. Which means I don't need to do this anymore over there. Okay. I'm just relying too much on my ghost. So sorry about that. I guess as you can see you need to upgrade a lot of stuff to make it to the next phase of the game, and that's what I'm trying to do over here. And actually it's not so bad. I can make a couple of rugs. Ice racks. Wait, what? What am I doing wrong over here? I see, okay. I guess that will have to work for now. Only shrunk them but not move them. And that's so lazy. So yeah, I guess now that we have access to a lot of stone, I can probably try. You cannot even have the rocks over there. Okay, so that will be a problem, but I guess you can. Well, it's an elevated, silent, pristine room. The only problem is that it will not be silent. Huh. Okay, let's try it like that as well, because I need... I will try to make this a research room, but I don't think it will be worth it. I just want to see if this will work or not. Not sure what Horatio is doing, but you better assemble that. And the cook, as you can see, made a stupid mistake of just shrinking everything and not moving anything. Oh no, and this needs a silent... we don't really need the infirmary at this point, we just have to heal everyone using potions. But we need at least one medical bed. Primary hospital ward. Yeah, this game is a nightmare to play. I guess we just need to make the next tier of building the next floor, which will probably fix all of the issues I'm having. Also need to repel the fog today. Enlarge that as well. I've been moving the hospital already 3 or 4 times off camera already. Game, you're so cruel with all of these made up nonsense rules. Yeah, we need to make the brooms, we need to make a lot of other cool stuff happen. Now keep in mind that you also need a huge amount of wood. Let me look at my wood supply. My wood supply should be okay. You have a lot of wood, because you need to have wood for the brooms. Now, when you clear the fog like that, I recommend you really look for the crystals that are over there. Just one click will be enough. Like that, look at that. Huge ornate rocks. Or emerald statue. That would be amazing if I can get another emerald statue. The brick ones are not good, the clouded are very good, these ones are not good. See, I think the developer still left a few loopholes for us to do, or for us to take advantage of. I guess I can do some of the battles, they're not so bad, but I just don't have enough time. And I need to do 1 battle per day because of that annoying creature. I cannot really kill the burrow larva yet, which is super annoying because it should be an either fight, I don't know. Fire or air, this is kind of annoying because I cannot have my main mages deal with them. Okay, we'll try to do that battle. My mages are kind of weak because, like I keep saying, I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, which I never really solved to any significant degree. Of that crystal. Now, the miners will clear up all of the crystals, that's why I have them, and that's why we should have a lot more of them. Having an earth mage is so much faster than building with anything else because these things are super hard to make at this point. But it's unreachable all of a sudden. Oh. Okay. As you can see, we're barely hanging on to our little progress as it is. Yeah, it's super annoying. Why did they have to make the burrow larva such an annoying fight? Oh, don't tell me he locked himself into the room. Sometimes I really question their intelligence so much that it's annoying. Yeah, this will definitely have to be a bedroom. Why? Okay, let him build it. Why doesn't it let me do the door? Okay, everyone will just go to sleep. Yeah, it's very hard to play the game in any meaningful manner right now. I guess first of all I want to build the broom rack, because apparently now the kitchen will need a broom rack. I guess you can also make it another way, but it's highly inefficient if you make it any other way. Wait until X. But I need to have wood delivered to them. Yeah, I don't think this is worth it, but it's my only option right now. Waited, silent and pristine. What? What about that? As you can see right now, instead of just making stuff, we're just looking at stuff to plan. Silent, private and elevator. We can make that work. This also will need slab. And I actually have the slab queued over here in the gruel pot. Look at that, such a beautiful bird. So as you can see, most of these things are needed to make libations, or you can also make another stack of round wood, but this is not so bad. I guess 50 should do the trick. So with wormwood, pods and smoke pearls, which we have a lot of these resources over here. Yeah, now we can really demolish that, or well, I guess I will have to see how the broom rack works. Now, sadly, as you can see, this will mess up the sleeping schedule as well, so you need to be careful that you don't mess up anything in the game. Oh, don't worry, you will be graduated today. As you can see, the beds don't need the space. What? I guess they sleep in whatever position. The pillow is optional, as you can see. You need to graduate all of them, even though I think I would like to keep some of them, but not keep them. Okay, make there some apprentices. But I think, wait a minute. I really need to start training apprentices, but to do that I want to make the next tier over here. I guess this will be elevated and silent at the same time, which is great for us. Well, okay, I can actually squeeze 2 bedrooms over here, but that means I'll have to... I guess it could work, because I can just expand the support columns over here and over here, which should be enough. Yeah, okay. That's actually some very good planning on my part. You also yeah, okay, no, they're working. Oh, but the Lavalina, I think that's one of the issues with the Lavalina's type. It produces a lot of stuff that will be cleaned up by the sweepers. Okay, so that doesn't really impact anything over here. So I need 8 more luxury over here. The rugs will give you 4, which is excellent because that will definitely help us clear out some issues we've been having. Also, remember that your quilted carriers will carry the resources needed to make stuff, so you need the carriers even if you don't mine or do anything else. Okay, looks like they mined those things, and now we have a lot more rocks to play around with. We got another emerald statue. Well, the emerald statues are mostly used in my relic room. I have to take care of that as well. Okay, so this is done. I guess I should have done this such a long time ago. What needs to be put in? I need another small spice rack. I don't think that will happen. I just don't have enough space to do it like that. Probably if I just unite these two rooms. So clear up that thing and let's prepare for the big, nice bed chambers. And that door will be destroyed, so I just need luxury and canopy, which is great because we have some of the emerald statues, which probably adds some of the huge amount of luxury that we need. I guess one of the problems is that your relic room will need so much luxury that it will become more of an annoyance. That's 4 total and 20. Let me select this as a goal, and then I guess I can move one of the statues. What other things add impressive luxury? Well, not a lot, to be honest. 2. So this will be impressive luxury. Then impressive luxury. Then we can move the statue, yeah. This game is crazy, as you can see I'm just... Spectral Reef, just what I wanted. Target is still a little... It's still okay-ish. Okay, as you can see we are making huge progress with our little school, but now this is just the annoying part of the game where I just see that I made a lot of mistakes and I'm scrambling to fix my mistakes instead of advancing my school. Yes, it's so much easier for them to just collect their food from the kitchen and fly over here. It's almost instant. I don't trust this. The only issue is I only think the ghost can deliver wood because I cut off all of the access ways, so I have to always remember to make the ghost carry wood over there, which will be slightly annoying, but I guess we can manage. Okay, that's a kitchen, that's exactly what we needed. That's great. Now, I guess I can just leave it like this, and the only thing we need to improve will be the alchemist room. Get all of this stuff over here. It's kind of a waste of space, interior and pristine. Oh yeah, great. No, so I cannot use this to make it in one of those things. I guess I'll just have to make the bedroom. Yeah, okay, this will actually work better than I expected. Oh, this is a... Wait, what do you mean progress? Levels available, still 14. So what do you mean progress? Oh, you deliver the wood and they make the brooms? That's even more annoying because you can only deliver 20 wood and they will create the brooms on their own. I need 15 fibrous textiles, which we'll probably be getting today. They are all relaxed and nice. Well, I would start making this into a lab. Yeah, I'm not sure I can move this. I guess the problem is that it needs elevated. Yeah, I'll just stop trying until I make over here the next row of rooms. Well, I don't really need to access these rooms, but as you can see I'm just moving things around 1,000,000 times. I guess the assembly hall will be a little better used over here. Let me check what I need. So yeah, checking and checking 10 times. Ritual rooms, elevated. Needs to be elevated. Are you so annoying, game? Yeah, I think I'll just need to build assembly room somewhere else, and probably it will be over here. Yeah, we'll have to shrink that. And then move the ritual sigil over there. Because we will lose access to this room over here. I think I'm just going to shrink everything. I guess the room planner is useful, but it's still not enough. We need better stuff, better access to things. So let's cancel that and let's just... now we need to shrink these things. As you can see, the torches will become the most annoying thing you have in the beginning of the game. That's a bit too much luxury, and I'll have to change a lot of things. A huge window, which I got from probably somewhere else. Let's do that. Okay, let's do that battle because it's waiting for us. Now we need him and where is Margaret? I guess we can take our other... Yeah, we can take Horatio. Sadly, he's so much weaker than our beginner Dark Mage for a few reasons, but we should be okay. At least we did the kitchen and we're actively working towards this over here. It's silent, elevated and pristine. I like it. Oh wow, I guess I was wrong. The Fibrous textile does take a huge amount of time to be made. Is there any other way of getting the Fibrous texture? Yeah, let me look at the codex. This game will make your brain explode at some point. Oh, come on, really? So, I guess I can just look at it like this. Oh, so this is the only thing where you can get it from? So I guess the issue is that we need 2 weaver birds. Yeah, you cannot do this without 2 weaver birds. So I guess I can not... Well, I guess we'll not be graduating those people. And our ghost will kill those. Now, how do I... I guess this should have to do the trick as it is. Yeah, I'll keep those students to make another weaver bird, otherwise we'll be stuck here forever and ever. Looks like this guy just needs mana, a lot of mana. Yeah. Still not dead. This fight means that everyone will take some damage, which is the annoying part. But he'll actually retaliate against that, which is cool. Ooh, 66 damage. 66 is a bit high. I guess I should always bring the potions, because I also have to give them better potions. Finally, this guy is good. The fire mage is very good, apparently. The most useful spell so far is flow, just because it decreases the damage of the enemies, and there are not a lot of spells that do that. I just get ectoplasm and smoke rolls, which is not the worst, but definitely not the best. Also wish we had a way to see their HP over here without going into something else. I had so many situations where someone was just low HP and they slept in the hospital room instead of sleeping in the normal pods, and that just caused a down spiral that I could almost not break out of. Also, it seems like this is a bit of an issue, because they also choose to make the hardest tasks sometimes instead of making the easier ones. By the way, that was one slop he just created. Remnant Mook is actually very cool looking. So my ghost just has to hunt the rats. Oh yeah, this is taking forever to do. I guess it's 30 minutes. So the bird will make... I don't know, it seems like the bird is working way too slow for what this is supposed to be. So this is a full day, right? Can I see the progress somewhere? That's definitely not 30 minutes. How is this calculated? As it's not producing 30, it's not producing one per 30 minutes. That's because it's hungry. Okay, so feed the bird. Also, we just have to keep feeding the bird and keep delivering wood. Yeah, we definitely need 2 of them, otherwise this will not work. Even if it makes one every 30 minutes, that can be very, very slow considering we need a huge amount of it. I just want to have one as a backup anyway. Yeah, this is so much faster and so much better. We can increase that to 20 and that to 25, so we have a bigger plan B in case something really, really goes wrong. I hope they're just making the sinew right now and not the meat. I guess it was taking a break because yeah, we need food as well for the birds. This is something we definitely need, so let's make it at 10 over there so we'll always have enough. Yeah, I guess as you can see, managing the beast is a whole task on its own because it's something completely different from what you're expected to do. Let's bring another nature initiate over here. Also need to start making the initiates as fast as possible. I guess the apprentices are something I should have made a long time ago. Hire staff. I guess I need a great hall at some point, but that will be only after I make the second level. So the second level will have an elevated building here. No, I think I can just make everything elevated buildings and a huge schoolroom over there. Yeah, but before I do that, as you can see, we have a lot of issues with our current stuff over here. Don't really need a better research place because I think we're mostly done with it. Okay, fine, affection is a huge problem right now. Okay, let me see if this will work. I think the brooms are just neutral items, not affecting anything. So the room goal for this will just to be the best bedroom we can get, which is a bed chamber. What? Simply how cannot be silent? Anyway. Why is this not private? Only one point of entry. So yes, sadly this counts as a point of entry. I hate the game sometimes. Why does everything have to be so private? Because this just limits everything to the max in a way. Which means I need to have more spiral staircases, which means everything I built so far is for nothing. I could technically I can make the support over there. Oh, this will be a nightmare to... So push the room over there, push the room over there, put this outside in the middle. Looks like the broom rack needs... three tiles. So if I push these 2 tiles over there, yeah, that's the only solution I have for this little issue we are having right now. So basically it's demolishing everything that is over here. And just shrinking all of the windows. Yeah, I guess I had a good idea, but it's just so hard to implement. So the staircase can be one point of entrance, and over here we can just have a door and the people will fly over there, so that will work. We don't really need access to this part of the school. So that's the relic hall need. The relic room needs just to be pristine, which is probably the easiest thing to do. I promise I cannot really make another room over there. Huh. I guess it would work, because technically we don't need much from the relic room, since the ghost can handle all of the other tasks we have. Okay, so I'll have to build off camera for basically 1 hour. It's just better to demolish. Yeah, it's a trick you learn very early into the game that you probably forget about it. Okay, so I can make 2 bedrooms over here, and I also have to start making the outside stuff as well, so another level over there, where everything will be elevated and towered, I guess. So yeah, just elevated, towered. Sadly, will not have a... I guess we'll just have to use the broom racks, because from now on that's the only way we can go up. We'll not have more stairways. This is dangerous. I don't like this. We'll have to make that 200. This is fine, because they will handle it. The alchemistry needs to be interior and pristine. That's not so bad, but it just needs to be bigger. So after we move the bedrooms, then we can make the alchemistry lab. We'll split the rooms again, so this will be the alchemistry lab, and this will be the kitchen, but it will be bigger because it needs more space. Okay. This is manageable. In a way. Look at that. Okay, this is a lot of work, so see you next time. Bye bye.